Bueno, ahora me voy a tener que ir a la muñeco a la tarde y listo. Hello, can you see me? Wait, I'm configuring. Can you see me? Let me talk with Carlito. Carlito, are you there? Hello. I don't know if perfect. So Carlito can see me. Perfect. So live stream. Okay. Well, welcome everybody to this new live stream. It's like the fourth or yeah, I think that is the fourth session or number 5. I don't know. Well, we are in the session number 4, number 5. We did a lot of things like already like creating a strategy from scratch, doing the back testing. We also call it a screener. What else? Well, we adapted a smart plug. Well, we did very funny things today. Last week I had to drop off, so sorry for that. But I have an appointment. But we're going to continue today with the strategy that we left. That was this RAG strategy. Basically, we need to really understand the changes that RAG implemented. Well, like do the things in the to-do that we have here. So, well, the RAG strategy to do that we left was compare the calculation of ALMA because we saw that there was a difference in the calculation that we are seeing on TradingView and pure Python, doing the indicator in pure Python. We need to add the ALMA mean, or well, this will be more like review new calculation of signal. This is something that we shouldn't be doing it because it's like my point is not to show you how to code a signal or indicator. You can use like ChatGPT for that or play with AI for that. But wait, that I'm going to initialize session. But yeah, my point here is more like teaching you how to once you have a signal that is 1 or minus 1, how to put it in production with Hummingbot. So, but we're going to do it today because I have time. Well, I think that RAG is really happy with this strategy. So I am doing the verification to Google so I can see a chat here. Okay, Christian says we can see you. Thank you, Christian. Old school vibes. Okay, thank you. Well. So well, how many? We are only 5 people. I don't know if RAG is also here. But well, I'm also looking at the chat of of Discord. So if there is anyone that wants to put something there, it would be good too. So well, let's come back and review a little bit the RAG strategy. It's a little bit messy because he sent the indicator. Do I have TradingView here? Let me close this Notion. Let me close PyCharm. Let me close PyCharm too for now. Okay, here we have TradingView with RAG indicator. This is a new version. So let's make a quick review of what he did because he introduces some changes from the previous version. So if we review this, we can see what he wants to do. So the inputs are ALMA HFT length, mean reversion input. This seems like it's a ALMA length. HTF period, higher time frame. This is something that we are going to dismiss because we can have 2 candles. Time frame not 2. Okay. Dynamic ratio, dynamic length. This is something that we dismiss completely. Offset and sigma. These are configs for the ALMA. One thing, Rach, that I will recommend you is because you are using names in different places that are not too descriptive, and it's very deorganized. This is like, if I read the code, I will be very lost on the things that you're trying to do. So my point is, you should put like a title with comments, ALMA settings, and all the ALMA settings. ALMA this, and like put all the settings at the top, and then calculations with, because if you look at this, it's like, it's not easy to understand. If I didn't know that sigma and offset are for the ALMA, that I can see the code here, it's difficult to me to understand that it's mean reversion input. It's like ALMA input. So that's something to improve. Then, well, we are computing this ALMA, that is like an mean, and then this source is high. This is like if the high minus ALMA is bigger than the low minus the ALMA, and the high minus the open is bigger than low minus open, use the high value. This is like a condition that uses the high value. This will be the ALMA is this mean that we are calculating. The source can be the high, can be the low, or can be the close price, depending on these conditions. So the source will be this different value based on these conditions. And then the diff is going to be the source minus the ALMA divided by the ALMA. So it's a diff in percentage. Then he's plotting these 3 things. So we can see the 3 things before we move, because I think that can be beneficial to just visualize that we are computing these things the same way. So we can start with that. That the other day we did everything a little bit messy. So display mean reversion. Where is diff color white? So the diff should be this white thing, right? This should be the diff. Style. Diff is white, the ALMA is white. Yeah, the problem is that it's everything white. The ALMA value. Rach, if you're in the chat, can you confirm if. Well, here says display mean reversion is true. Okay. Color 1, format percent. Yeah, seems like this is the diff. Then plot 0, ALMA value, color white. This plot 0, what is actually doing? Do you know? If I comment this, I will start commenting things that I think that we don't need. Okay, that thing that I commented, what it was doing. It's not doing anything. Well, it's putting the value here, I think, at the right. Let me see. Okay, I think that it's not doing anything interesting this. Then this one that is ALMA value, color white, plot style, force overlay true. if I comment this, nothing is doing. It's not doing anything. That too, Raj. The two things that I commented, they are not doing anything. So these plots, I will remove them just to simplify. And this should be this white line, I think. So if I do this, it's not. Okay. So if I uncomment this thing and I add it to the chart, okay, this is the only line that we are using here. So I will remove this. It's just the diff, what we are seeing. Now we'll put the plots, all of them down there. So we can organize the code a little bit. Plots, let's put. Is with this. Okay, then we are computing the pivots over the diff. This is important. So we are computing the pivots over the diff. So just to explain what we are doing right now, like the steps of this strategy is, first of all, we get candles, okay? So we can get candles with a certain time frame or whatever. That is like features. Let's call it like features, something like that. So to the candles, we need to add, first of all, this add alma, that is this indicator that we are seeing there. So first we add the alma, then we compute the source, that this value can be high, low, or close, depending on the condition that we are using. This is a thing that we reviewed there. Let me put, because it's going to be very big, that let me put like this: high, low, or close can be one of these. Okay, and then we compute the diff, that is equal to source minus alma, all divided by alma. Or we can do like an art attack and do something like this. Oh fuck. Alma and this will be like this, and we can put like alma here. Okay, so this will be like the diff, source minus alma divided by alma. Okay, so we are to this point in the review of the code of the TradingView. So then we need to compute the pivot low and pivot high for this diff. So from this diff, we're going to compute the pivots, high and low, and here we are plotting here the diff. The white line is the diff. Then we are plotting the pivot high with dots that this should be these dots here. So in order to confirm that is that, we're going to remove the graph, comment that, and see that it's really that, so we can clean up also the code from Bragg. So let's start commenting everything from this. Let's remove this, and let's add this to the chart again. So, well, officially we can see that the dots are not there anymore. So if we put these dots here, update on chart, now we can see these dots. And these things are from here. I don't know what they are doing, but I think that I will remove them because maybe it's more like some code that was generated by, but I don't need them actually, so I will remove them. Okay, so for now, what we have is this this line. Now we need to check where the yellow line, orange line came from, and then we can put everything in a Jupyter notebook and visualize it. So the next thing is like we are putting in a container the pivots low and the pivots high. We get the nearest rank, and we display percentile rank, and this and this. That is the same value, but one positive and one negative. So my assumption is that those limits, those green limits, are this percentile nearest rank that we are computing here. And what we need to do is to move this logic that is computing the things here. The only thing that we need from this point is only the percentile rank. And here we can add the plots. So this will be plots. This will be diff. This will be diff. This will be pivots. And this will be bounds based on PST rank of pivots. Just to confirm, as I did before, I will comment this and see if this appears. Perfect, it disappeared. Exactly what I expect. So I will come back here and put that back again. And then says here, control the ALMA over the diff, apply ALMA on the diff. This is this. There is a lot of true or false that can be also like really removed. This dynamic ratio 2, also I don't need this. Offset sigma. Sigma 2 is different than sigma 1, or we are using the same values? You're using the same values here. So just to simplify, we're going to still use the same values. So from this diff, we are going to also compute the ALMA. ALMA from diff. So he's also getting the ALMA from the diff. And this orange is the ALMA from the diff. Okay, just to confirm, let me comment this line. Let me update on the chart. We should see now back the, okay, perfect. So this is what I mean, RAG, that you can do to improve the readability of your code in Pinescript. I never code Pinescript. It's the first time that I am looking at this code. Well, the last week, I get some intuition, and now I understand how it's like, if this happens, do this and this and that. But I think that there is something like, in terms of coding, of organizing where you are doing the things, like computing things and doing all the calculations at the beginning, the plotting all then later on. So you can really, then someone like me can read your code and understand what is happening. So this is all like a computation. This will be diff on Alma. No, Alma on diff, sorry. Alma on diff. This will be pivot. This is like a config. The only config that we need, well, all these things also I'm not using them. So this would be Alma, source and diff. These are the first three things. Then the pivots. We have the pivots here, and then we have the Alma on diff. These are the three things that we need to compute. And then Alma over diff is what we are plotting here. Okay, so up to this point, let me remove this. Let me put this here. So we finally know all the things that we are putting here. Then we need the crossover. What is this? Okay. Well, here now we have crossover and cross under. So are you showing this? Ah, okay, perfect. Here we are computing the signal. So signal and here this triangle should be marked here. So let me understand a little bit this. Ah, yeah, okay. So the next tick that the price passes, it would be okay. It's only for the cross. Well, perfect. The cross is over the means, right? Diff and now perfect. Well, now these are all the features that we are computing. So at the end, we are ended up computing the signal. Let me create another one here that will be like signal. Signal will be like long. Let's divide in long and short. Diff cross how is it? Cross over. Cross over Alma diff and diff and div is below the rank that is called percentile rank. Where I put the pivots, and okay, here I need to also add like the, let me add here this thing, and here the only important thing here from the pivots is a PCT rank. PCT rank. Let's call it PCT rank, and then we have the same thing, but for the short. Okay, and this is like minus. Okay, well, any questions so far? This is what Raj is trying to do with his strategy. Can you correct me, Raj, if there is something that we didn't catch from your logic, from your ideas? Okay, I'm reading the chat, so if there is anything, just let me know. Well, now it's time to review what we did before and try to continue from there. So we have here, oops, plenty of notebooks. We have here this, we should be using exactly the same market that we are using here. So, oops. I don't know. Okay. Let's hide this panel because we already know what we need to do. But let's start like using the same, exactly the same settings here, so we can visualize the candles. So I think that this indicator has a config, so we can see that everything is mean reversion period 80, 1 hour. These are the configs that we are using, so let's copy the same configs to our notebook. Let's get, I don't know, 30 days. And get the candles. Okay. This function is one function to compute the pivots. So let me abstract it. Let's separate it from the rest of the logic. I will put it in a kind of features or something like that. Because last week we tried to use I don't know if you remember, but last week we struggled a little bit with the pivots because we thought that the pivots were available in the library. They weren't available. Just to explain you how they really work. Actually, if someone wants to improve it and make this vectorized with an apply, that can be possible. In the apply, I will look for the index and then index the data frame based on the current index of each row. I'm not going to waste time here because last time we wasted a lot of time because I didn't understand like how the pivot works before originally. But it's very simple now that I understood it. Basically, Raj defined this value that is like it's called, how would he call it? He called it like left and right pivots. So this was like left and this is right. So what is this doing? Like what the pivot is doing is for each observation, I will do this for all of the observations, right? But I will look 7 periods before and 7 periods after the current time, and I will see if there is any maximum value than the current maximum, or if there is a lower value than that value. And if there is no one bigger or lower, or like higher or lower than the current value, that will be a pivot. So that is what we call it here. It's very simple. For each of the and you can pass a source, because we are not doing this over the high, low, and the close price. We are doing it over the diff. So it's a pivot of the diffs, the one that we are computing. But to make it more generic, I add this source column. So if you want to pass a source column that is different than the close, you can do it. So what it does is left index will be 0 or I minus left, because this will be looping all over the data frames, the data frame, and the same for right. And if there is a higher value, it's very simple, the logic. Okay. Well, now let's define here the parameters. We have 80 length is the same length as we have here, 80, 0.85 and 16, 0.85, 16. Left and right is 7 and 7, so here you need to change these to 7 and 7, 7 and 7. Array percent 86, the same value. And is there anything else? Alpha over mean length. We use this length. It will be like this length, right, Raj? Can you confirm, Raj? It's a different length, like the one from the Alma. Yeah, it's here. Group Alma over mean. So yeah, it's a different length, the one that is here. So we can add it. So let's add it to our it is window size Alma length diff Alma length, and this will be that Alma, the initial Alma is over the close price, right? The additional Alma is over, over the close Alma length. Okay, perfect. So we have two Almas here. Okay. So we have two Almas. This condition calculate the source based on conditions. This condition, just to put it like side by side, should be this condition from here. That is high, this part that is high. Let me copy the source column and I will paste it up there. So this source in TradingView is this thing. But basically what we are doing is saying high minus Alma is bigger than the absolute value of low minus Alma, and high minus open is bigger than math low minus open, high, well, candles use high. If not, or this condition, that should be this condition, show low, then show close. So this is the source that we know that we are computing properly. And then the diff is the source minus the alma times 100. Then we compute the pivots over the diff. And then here we have the percentile. This we call it in here we call it PCT rank. Let's call it PCT rank. It's not a percentage, but PCT rank. Let's call it like that. Only for, but it's not a percentage. It's like a percentile. But yeah. So let's remove this thing. So at this point, that this is called like, let's put it like features, as we added in the diagram. Okay. So in this features thing, that will be this box. We get the candles already. We added the alma. We computed the source. We computed the diff. We computed the pivots. We get the PCT rank, and now we need to get compute the alma of the diff. We didn't do that yet. So alpha over mean will be something like this. So let's add, we can do it here. Pivots here is okay. It will be alpha over mean. Okay, so we have this. We have the PCT range. Well, what we can do now is to add indicators over the graph and see if that looks good. First, let's run it and see what's the value. NP is not imported, so got multiple values for length. It has close. This should be close, I think. Sorry. Okay. So I think that I can just remove this and do it like this. Okay, that will be okay. Alpha over mean. Okay, let's visualize the data frame a little bit. Print candles ZF tail 10. I think that print is not required, just like this. So let's compare a few values. 16 is the last hour. That we have here. Now we are at 16. Okay, so we have the last hour. We are on the same page here with the candles that we have in the notebook. We are on the same page. Let's check the previous candle that is closed already so we can see the values. So maybe like 9137. Okay. High open 914. So is, yeah, this is value 9.14. So it is value here. And we can just compute check the close, will be okay. 883, so 883, yeah, perfect. So we are talking about the same thing. So now let's understand which are the values for the rest of the things. So let's start with Alma. Alma, the value of Alma of the previous record was 8.19. So the Alma here marks. No, this is not the Alma. This is a diff. The white is a diff. So the diff here is 7.74. And this is a negative value. So here we have the first problem. The first problem is the computation of this diff. Because I cannot see the unit of. There are like two scales here, right? But this value says that is minus 2.25. And here says that is 7.74. So we have the first problem here. But let's put this on a graph so we can visualize it a little bit, understand where is the problem. But I think that there should be a problem with the calculation of either the Alma or either the diff. Source. I missed the where is it? By the way, I will remove this. Okay. I put it plus 100 here. It's the same thing. It's like putting this here or putting this another part is the same. It's like 100 times like this. But the problem here is that the source and the Alma should be different values. That's why it's failing like this, I think. But well, let's plot it and let's see why we have these errors. It's going to be something not complex, I think. So let's make so to analyze this, let's create a plot, a subplot to show the. Okay, the Alma is over the close, so I think that the Alma, we can plot the Alma over the OHLC, and we can also plot the source over the OHLC to understand these differences. So let's add this trace. Let's put add Alma and source over candles. This should be doing the work. Let's put width. Okay, I'm not assigning source anywhere. So let's put oh fuck. Let's put candles, df, source, and here the same. Okay. Well, this value. Why I have two Almas? What the fuck? I am computing these things here that they don't make sense. So this alma is not required. Okay, let's do it again. Source, let's change the color. Yellow or blue. Let's put blue. Okay, so the source line is the blue. That sometimes is taking, seems like it's taking the high value when the price goes up, and it's taking the low value when the price goes down. So I like this source that you call the RAG. It's interesting. And then this alma seems like it's very delayed. Like it has a little bit of difference, like regarding to the source thing. And the computation here says that is source minus alma. Based on this calculation of the alma, it's okay that this value is positive, the one that we were computing, because the value of 7% makes sense here, based on what we were looking. Mainly because of the update of this alma thing. Here, two things can happen. One thing is that probably the alma is not computed correctly on Pandas TA. So this would be something to review, like if it's really like computing what it has to compute. Where is this use close? Verify series close length. Okay. So one thing will be reviewing this alma. That seems like it's not the same thing. Actually, let me plug it in TradingView. I think that now I understand how to use this. Or maybe someone can help me. Let's put alma in candles. This will be plot alma, or how we call it, the column, alma value alma color dot aqua, I don't know, one. I don't know if this will work like this, but how can I determine if, no, this is not here, I want to apply it. Someone knows how to. No, it's easier. I can just add the alma here. Alma. And I need to configure it with window size is 80, right? Okay, this is 80, was what we were computing, no? 80 0 point and close alma signal 16 says here, so this would be 16. Okay, so it seems like we have an error in the calculation of the alma in this notebook. But the Pandas TA has an error with the calculation. This is a percentage, the second one, because you know that sometimes offset 0.85. I don't know if this can be the thing. force overlay. Nice. Nice to know, but I already added here. So just to see one thing, guys, let me do the offset in 0, 0 like this. No, it's still the same thing. Well, there is an error with the calculation of the ALMA. That's something that has to be fixed at some point. The way that I see right now to continue is to put as a homework for Raj, like to investigate the indicator that he wants to use. If there is something that we can do he can do to make it work, or see how is the calculation done in TradingView and see the difference with Pandas TA. It's possible that Pandas TA has a bug there, so feel free to investigate that and see how to fix it. For now, I think that if we reduce this number, we're going to have something that makes a little bit more sense, like this, or we can even put like 24 hours, let's say. That is closer. 24 hours is put, so this would be like the ALMA of one day. So I would do something like this right now. Then Raj, is up to you to verify that ALMA is calculated correctly. Or do you know how it's calculated? Because we can create the formula. So let's do it. Investopedia ALMA. Let me see here. Where is the code? Or where is the formula? Just to make a description, I don't want to use it. Open reframe manual. Oh, that would be cool. Ugh. You mean like clicking here? This? Okay. Nice. I will ask the AI to move it to Python. Okay, so let me ask a cursor to create the indicator. We can just trust and see if the value is the same as TradingView. If it's the same, we are going to be very happy. If not, is work for home to do it. So instead of using this ALMA, let's use calculate ALMA, and here also calculate ALMA. Well, cross fingers. Let me restart because yesterday we were looking at Quants Lab with one of my friends, Drupman. It was amazing. Hanad Dahir says I can install Hummingbot, or you can't. Kashi tools. Maybe David, if it's here also in the live stream, can see if there is anything there, but always try to run / conda deactivate Hummingbot / uninstall. That will uninstall the conda environment. / install will install the conda environment. Then you need to activate the conda environment, conda activate Hummingbot. Then you need to run / compile, and then you can use Hummingbot, because the core of Hummingbot is in Python. So in order to use it, you need to compile the code first. But if you activate the environment, it should work. Maybe you are in the base Anaconda environment and you need to activate Hummingbot. But yeah. Okay, let's put the original values here that are 80. That stuff. Well, guys, seems like we reached to a better value, like the one that we have here. Let me see. Seems like now we have the right Alma, guys. So congratulations, we did it with the help of Cursor. So well, now that we have Alma, I will do what Raj said, that is the plot overlay. So we can also plot the diff and see that we are computing exactly what we need. So plot Alma in candles and source. Force overlay, you said force overlay equal true. Plot source color, let's put color fuchsia 1 and force overlay equal true. Now Pinescript coder for color okay, yeah, I will use another color. I don't want to have problems here. Green. Problem is there. I'm making a mistake and I don't know where. Let me remove these two things. Okay. So let me remove this sheet here. Let me add this to the chart. Okay. Green, let's put the fuchsia again. So it's a different update on chart. Okay, now this graph should look like our graph here. Oh, where the hell? Okay. This was a little bit difficult. It's difficult to see, and the fuchsia is not helping me. But yeah, I'm seeing that they are like, yeah. I think that now we are getting the right shape. So well, now that we finalize and now we have the same indicators that Raj is using, we need to continue with our research. The next thing that is required here is that we need to compute this or add this percentile thing here on the graph. So the lines that we are plotting here with white and orange are the Alma and the Alma over diff. So first, and we also have the the pivots here. So the first thing that we are going to do is to add to our graph the lines. Let's comment the pivots for now, but we can leave the pivots. So can I put this in dark mode, the graph? Remove relation slider and add dark theme. Let me see. Okay, now it's more coder. Oh, this one I don't. No. I don't like these yellow things. This will be white. Okay. I don't like these lines that are cutting the graph. This grid. Without background grid. Okay. I love AI. That is good for a meme. I love AI. Oh well. Okay, so we were looking at this. Wait, we come back to the original sheet. I remember the graph was different. We just see different graph, or I'm crazy? I think that we just saw a different graph. Calculate Alma and calculate Alma. We are not using TA Alma anywhere, right? What the fuck? Am I crazy, or we just saw a different graph? I don't know, I'm going to check out the chat, but I thought that we just run this and this Alma was updated to the right value. I can't believe what is happening. It's like we just computed the Alma and was, oh, I changed. Oh. Well, I don't know what happened. Just to confirm, I don't know, Rach or someone there that is looking here can tell me what you think, but I think that we just, before doing these changes, we were looking at the white graph. We compare it and was like the same graph as the one that we saw in was the same graph that we saw in TradingView. So I don't know what the hell happened. That now is the same graph that we had before. Yeah, for some reason, let me restart the environment just in case that. But it's strange because well, for some reason now the ALMA calculation is wrong again, and we use the AI to compute it, but either way, it's wrong in. We are not using. Let me see for ta.alma. Yeah, we are not using ta.alma. We are using the calculate alma that we used. That we just computed. So the only way that this can be failing is that the calculation of the alma is wrong. I will leave that to, as I mentioned, to Raj. We coded here based on what TradingView says, but for some reason the alma is different than the alma that we are getting here. But I just remember that I saw that the graph was the same. So I don't know if it's a cache problem here. Clear cell outputs. Because it's really strange. Well, the thing is that we have this alma line. The pivot, let's put it in. Let's go back to the dark view. Let's go to the dark view. Yeah, but use cloud body. Yeah, I like to use cloud a lot because I think that is really good for certain things. But sometimes it's good to code too. It's like if you like coding, you like to use AI, but you like to code too. It's a beautiful thing to code. So yeah, but this is something that is strange at the same time because we just checked before was working as expected. But yeah, don't worry. We already passed 1 hour, so okay. So, well, if someone wants to review this calculate alma function and validate that works well, oops, I will paste it on Discord so I can move on and finish the logic so we can backtest. And someone in the let me put it as code. I will paste it on Discord, and if someone wants to help me with that, we can do a collaboration. Let me. But I will watch the stream again because it's like I can't believe that is not returning the same graph that we just saw. But yeah. So, well, then we were looking at the lines here, and we need to add the diff, and we need to add the alma over mean. So the alma over diff. So for that, let's add. Let's put here. This would be like add these pivots. We don't really need these pivots. So this would be add diff as a white line and alma over mean as an orange line, and add two green H lines for PCT rank and minus PCT rank, and the pivots. Okay, so I give a lot of instructions to my friend. Now it's time to come on. I will help him feed that. Okay, the first one, second one, third one. I think that div green. Oh, this is not like this. This would be fig add trace add h line. Go h line or add h line. Perfect, perfect, and perfect. This I think that is like this. No, I think that, let me see, because I have a notebook that uses the H lines. I think that he's doing it wrong. Here, in this notebook, I added an H line. So it's like add H line. Yeah. Add H line is like this. How I can put where? No, this is row. The H line I need to pass like a list of. Okay. Let's put here like example. Color we said that was going to be green. So green. Okay. So now it starts looking more like racks. You measure closely follows the standard ALMA formula, but reversing the weights may be incorrect. In the ALMA formula, index lowest point. The opposite parameters define weight distribution. That should be aligned here. Removing results. Okay, Psycore says that. I don't know, guys, where you find the ALMA. I never used the ALMA before, but it seems like it's something that people uses because some of you knows about the ALMA. Let me write it again. Oh, nice! I think that you were right, Psycore. Nice. Applause for the a big shout out for the community. This is for you, Gianluca Bersicelli, that you said that we used to use Cloud. We used to use Psycore, our community member. No, just joking, but very good to see that. Now it's the same thing as we were looking at here. But I remember that I saw exactly this line. Maybe I'm crazy, but I will look for the review and see if maybe in the middle of the edits that I accept changes from the AI, maybe he changed something that I didn't know. But well, now update layout. Perfect. So we have in the top graph, the blue line. I don't like it. It's like very. We need to use another. Let's use orange, just to keep the same logic. Let's use orange. Let me see if now it looks better. No, even worse. So width, let's put a width of 1. Let's put I don't know, violet. Let me see. Well, this is very awful, but well. So in the first graph we have the ALMA, and here we have the source. The diff should be the distance between the source and the ALMA, and we plotted the diff here. So as you can see, this white line is a diff, and the ALMA is the ALMA over mean. And these numbers here, the green dashes are these green dashes that we can, these green things that we can see here. So if we look at the last part of the graph, let's keep with me, stay with me in this part. When the price moves here and goes down, only we're going to watch like this specific part from when the price crosses the ALMA. Let's see if this line is similar, and if that's the case, it's like this will be like this part. If that's the case, we can assume that we are doing a good job with the logic. So let me put this bigger. Let's compare. Well, seems like this is going a little bit. No, yeah, the value here, there is a dot here. This is the first dot. This dot should be this pivot here, and this second pivot should be this one here. This is at value 7.4. This 7.6. Might be a difference with the calculation also of the pivots. And this here is 10.8, and this one is 10.6. So we have a difference in the calculation of the pivots, but maybe due to the nature that we do the calculation locally with a Python code. We need to check what is actually Pinescript doing for calculating this, but I think that is acceptable. The only thing that is strange is the value that we are picking for this, the percentage of rank that we are using, because here it's like 3.57, and here we have a value of, yeah, will be more like 7 or something like that. So that's another difference that we have, and maybe it's also related to the number of observations that we have. That is causing this. But if you want, what we can do to check if it's regarding to the number of observations, let's get, instead of getting 30 days, let's get 120 days. Let's run it everything again. So maybe with more observations, because we are getting the percentile. If there are a few observations and we have a lot of outliers there, the percentile can be using more those values than the common price change. So okay, so it seems like here, if we zoom in here, let's zoom in this range here, and let's zoom in a little bit here too. Seems like now here we have, yeah, it was related to the number of observations that we are getting. See that now this peak is above this line as here. Let's zoom in on these two specific cases. See that these two are like above the line, like this and this. Okay, here we have this low. We have the low here too. We have the low here too. So well, at this point, guys, I would say that I'm happy with the generation of the indicator. I'm also happy holding dot. So no, that's just kidding. But yeah, now it's time to compute the signal. So for that, we need to do two more things that based on our diagram, just let's understand like all the things that we did in the diagram. Let's add one more thing. So you have here then the memory. So this would be like plotting. Let's add some like plotting. Plotting. So we have a candlestick chart. We have the candles. We have alma, and we have the source. And then this would be like one chart that we have here. And then in the subplot, I don't have too much space, but we can do something like this. And this will be candlestick chart, and this will be a subplot. In the subplot, we have the PCT range, the diff, and the alma of diff. Let's call it alma diff. Okay, so we have these two here. Now we can add another one with the signal, like when there is a signal, or we can plot it directly on the chart. Let's put it here. When there is a signal, we're going to put it here. Signal. And we also have the pivots. Okay. No, fuck. So let me compress this a little bit. Let's put the signal here. Okay, this is how we are computing the signal on this part. So this, we already have this condition, like diff condition. Let's check it. I deleted all the conditions. So let's remove this sheet. Let's remove this sheet too. Let's remove this, let's remove this. Okay. So now what we need to do is to compute the signal. Compute the signal. Can you explain and do LST model? That would be a very good thing, Mograin, to do. If you want to propose it, we have a Discord group where the people proposes what you want to do. Feel free to join there and propose these type of things. Actually, I have some examples that I did for myself to train a model and then predict. But I think that if we really want to do a machine learning series of training with machine learning, it can be a series of, I don't know, let's say 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, one chapter every week. But at first we should be like understanding what is labeling or meta labeling, or how we're going to use the model to predict, all that stuff. Actually, I recommend a lot this book. This book that is here is from Marcos Lopez de Prado. I recommend it a lot if you want to do some machine learning on finance. So I recommend this. And put it here again. So let's continue with the thing. Do you trade full time? I do a lot of things full time, but yeah, I'm always trading. Right now, I'm working on a new thing. For now, I'm not going to. Well, I'm working on two things now. This execution algorithm that is like a grid, but it's not a grid. But you configure it as a grid, so it's easier for the people to use it. But the thing that I'm most hyped on right now, that I think that we can make a lot of money with this, is this strategy that I'm going to work on meme. This new platform. I don't know if you are familiar with DEXs and all that stuff, but the top platform for launching meme coins on Solana is Pump.fun. That is this platform that is here. Let me show you. And we can then we do a signal, we back test, and we go home. But is this platform Pump.fun is a platform that usually get dragged here. These are all meme coins that are created. So you can buy a meme coin and win the lottery, like can suddenly go and be mainstream. But the number of meme coins that promote and go mainstream is like 0.00 X%. So it's very low, the amount of meme coins that you get. So once it passes this line, it goes to a radium pool, and then when it's in radium, then you have a Meteora range, or you can put an Orca range. So there are like different protocols that they let you do LP. So these guys from Pop.fun, they are millionaires. They make a ton of money. There are people making a lot of money with them, and there are a lot of people losing money also. But well, anyone can create a coin. Actually, we created a coin with Mike that is Laminem. So let me go to Twitter. It's here, x.com. If we search for Laminem, this Laminem is the meme that we created, and we created a pool on Pump.fun. I own nothing. I own like, I don't know, $500 of it. But well, I have my computer was broken. I was running a local LLM. I was using Llama 2. Llama 2 is an LLM that you can download and then fine tune and whatever. But I was using a local LLM, and all the tweets that the meme coin was generating was about other meme coins. And well, actually, see, we have a euro call for November 17. If this call was before let's check this shit, because Geeko Terminal. Well, basically, I created a wrapper to Geeko Terminal that is this, where you can see all the information of the memes, and basically it processes information from the memes, and once that information is processed, identifies good opportunities like good volume, liquidity ratio, all that stuff. So, and then tweets about it. Now I have this because my computer is broken, so I need to come back again. I'll actually run it in my new computer locally, just to have it running. But the idea is that it can produce tweets about memes. And well, let's see if it already exploded at that time. November 17 was the call. Was here the call. Oh, check this. Big dog. Euro is volume liquidity ratios on the rise. A buying signal that never dies. And it sent the signal here, like on 17. So you can make like, okay, let's say 200%, something like that. But well, the thing is that this platform is really cool. They removed the live stream functionality because there were people like trying to commit suicide, all that stuff. But the good thing is that I really like this platform that is called Meteora. That is this platform Meteora you can put an LP range, all that stuff. So here, for example, I have my LP ranges running. I learned all of this from Mike Faintality. He's a meme king. Actually, he's the only person that I know that turned $200 or $300 into 350K. So he's the king of the memes. Respect to Mike. Mike is the CEO of Hummingbot, and he also teaches this stuff in Botcamp. That is our company. But well, this platform lets you do LP. So, for example, this is one of my LP ranges. I have 1K here, and I already collected or generated $110 in fees. Well, here you have the distribution of the range, where you place it, and everything. And then, why I'm really hyped and why I designed this and I'm working right now on this new strategy is that this protocol released a new meme platform that is going to compete directly with Pump.Fun. I think that's the idea. It's like generating a new platform that can take volume from Pump.Fun. So what I did was I invested in the top 10 memes. I know that some of them are going to die. I will be rugged probably in some of them, but I strongly believe that some of them can reach to Binance and all that stuff. So well, for the question that if I trade full time, I have my job that is in Hummingbot. I have Botcamp with Mike, but I also trade a lot with my capital, and we trade the company capital too. So we are trading all the time. But it's a different type of trading, the one that we did. We have different types. We are farming, rewards. There are a few things that you can do. We basically LP a little bit. We farm rewards. We do lending with some parts. We run bots with another part, mostly in the top sexes that we have. And in Hyperliquid, for example. But well, it's all the time like that. Well, now we have to compute the signal. So the signal is, let me copy to my friend this. Come on. Generate something for me. So let's call it candles df signal is equal to 0, just to start. And then long condition candles df cross over I totally agree with this, but just to put it in the other ways, in the other way of doing the things, is like, let's call this how we call this condition, let's call long condition will be this, and this will be short condition and then no, this is why sometimes I don't like AI. Candle, let's put here like this, candles df that log condition 1 condition D. Okay, perfect. And then okay, we can do this, but we can do it here when we are computing everything. So we can do it here, And here, let's add the signal as triangles over the add signals as green and red triangles. Okay, come on, let's see it. Long signals, short signals, and this would be close. Okay, now it looks better. So yeah, I forgot to mention that probably this is going to be one of the last live streams for this year for me, because Mike will be doing some LP live streams soon. But well, obviously that I like to do this so we can continue. But well, this is actually all the signals that we are getting. Seems like it's accurate. Let's analyze this stuff. For example, here we have a pivot here, we have a cross, and in this candle that is a cross and we are below, we are entering a long. Perfect. Then the next cross is here. Perfect. Identified again. Long. And the next cross is here. Perfect. So well, it's working as expected. So we have the signal computed and everything. So well, I would like to see Raj, if there is any other comments that you want to do. If not, we can just move this to the controller and start doing the backtesting so we can see it. Make this to play. Okay. So Raj, any comments that you have? If not, we have the signal, we have everything. I saw that you sent like an take profit calculation, something like that. TP. Perfect TP calculation. Well, probably this how you can compute the TP. I will show you how you can do it, but let's create the controller and backtest with a TP, a fixed TP, and then you can code and implement dynamic take profit. I'm not going to do all the work for you, so you need to do some work. Let's call it here. Let's create a new one instead of Bollinger. Let's call it like let's copy. The easiest way always is to copy and paste and rename. Let's put Raj reversion. We call it Raj reversion. Okay. So now let's get to the point. I think that this is the most important thing that we need to copy, because the good thing or why I designed the Quants lab was that before you need to code everything in Hummingbot, you cannot see indicators, you cannot test values and everything. So this is like more like a gym, so you can exercise your indicators or the signals that you want, and then you can backtest what you're doing also here. So here what I will do is to copy this stuff, go to the Raj reversion, and go to Raj reversion, this new file, and then here, yeah, I can, as I coded already, like all these things, like the values for the configs, all the stuff that you already know, and the signal and everything. I think that if I go here and says, please update this controller to be the RAG reversion controller, knowing that you will use this logic for the strategy. And then we put this. So I think that Cursor will be able to understand what I did in the notebook, which are the values that I use in order to. I forgot to add the new functions that we added to compute the pivots and to compute the signal. So I will do it. I will do it now. Let me apply this. This technical analysis div, I will remove it and I will say to this that, okay, please add these functions as methods from the controller. This now will add the ALMA calculation, the pivots, and replace the calculate ALMA for self.calculate ALMA. So it will do all the changes in the file for me. What happened? Come on, come on. Okay, perfect, simple thing. Okay, anything else? No, I think that we're okay. Let's review that everything is okay here. Yeah. The only thing that I don't really know that is going to be okay, I think that we should apply actually a filter. No, because the pivots, we are only using the pivots for the percentile, so it's not something. Actually, yeah. What we should really do is like the truth is that what we should really do is to make the percentage rank something that is accumulating based on timestamp on the pivots and make the percentile of that series over time. It should be dynamic, because if not, we are going to play with information of the future in the backtesting. I don't know if you follow me what I mentioned, but the thing is that if we are here, let me explain a little bit. These green lines that are this percentage, the rank, the percentile of the pivots of the highs and lows. I know this value because I use all the information that is available here to compute what is the rank, that percentile from all the observations. So I can't get all the information from here and start backtesting here, because it's like I will be using information from the future. I think that it's not going to be very, very different, because it's like, I don't know, here it's changing a lot, like going up to 30. We have the very big deviations up to 30, and the value is still like 3 point something. So it's like the most of the observations of the ALMA regarding to the diff is under a bound. But the real thing is that we should be doing this, if you want to do it like perfect, these PCT rank should be the cumulative over time sum. So that is something that I recommend to do mostly for RAG later on, if you want to do it a proper backtester. So well, here in the RAG reversion, now let's go to the file that is single controller backtest to understand the backtester. So we run the first line. We had to use a Quants lab environment as always. We run the second line, that is no, I'm not going to. I will run again. No cache data equal to false. We are trained on dot, right? Dot 1 hour, and let's get what the hell is the first notebook here. Let's get this config. And this would be RAG reversion control config, RAG reversion control config. Let me remove all this shit. Okay. So here we are putting a take profit of 4% at stop loss of 2% and a trading of 0. Let's put like 1% for the trading. No, this would be like, let's put 1% for the trading, 0.5% to follow the reversion, something like this. Then we can do the optimization to see other things, and we can also make the change to make the take profit dynamic. After we do this backtesting, I will show you where you need to modify the code to make the take profit dynamic. In the array container has all pivots, and after a long period of time, these might be not relevant anymore. We'll keep the last n 100. Yeah, well, that is what I was saying. RAG is like, here we are using all the pivots, and we shouldn't be using all the pivots. We should be using a rolling window, and over that rolling window calculate the percentage. Let me talk with cursor. Maybe we can do it very simple now. So I will say I have a problem with PCT rank. Instead of being a single value, I think that it should be a percentile over the last X amount of periods. So I am not using information of the future, and also I'm not using very old data. Can you apply a rolling over the pivots series, and add a column to the candles to the DF using merge as use columns to DF with the index, and using forward field filling the gaps in the middle for filling the gaps. Okay, I think that this should be the right solution. It's like we are going to do a rolling over the last X amount of periods, and then that value, as we have, for example, 100 pivots, but we have 1 million rows, those 100 pivots are in some places. So we are going to extend that pivot with a forward field, so we have that stuff. So let's add this to the strategy. This will be okay. And then let's review what he did. So PCT rank is like pivot series. Pivot series is okay. This makes sense. Percentile. Okay, if this works as it is, let's test it in the notebook first, in the one that we did. Let's test it here. This is like all pivot way, and this will be like new pivot way, and this will be like this. Candles DF. Alright, percent, let's put like 10. This is a percentile. Array percent. Array percent, and running window this. And then let's add here like plot new PCT rank. Okay, so the new PCT rank, now see that now is dynamic. But also see that here increases a lot because of this deviation. For example, here you cannot short anymore. Here you cannot short anymore. So well, I think that depends a lot of how you configure this window. If this window you put like 200 observations, will be a little bit more smooth, but will still include less information. But well, here you have the logic to do it dynamically as it should be. So this rolling window, let's pass it here, array percent, and rolling window. Perfect. So, well, now we need to adapt this. Now that we know that works, we need to adapt this to the controller. Let's apply it. Okay. Excellent. This is like percentile rolling window. Now we need to restart this because we are using the environment. Now we need to reload the controller. Let's run this, run this. Now here we will need to add percentile rolling window. Let's put 500 or yeah, 300 records, something like this. Yeah, I don't know how this backtesting is going to work. But in Raj we trust. That would be like the new lim. Oh, session. Okay. Okay, so as you can see here, we put the interval of 1 hour, but the thing is that we don't want to do the backtesting in 1 hour. We would like to do the backtesting in 1 minute. So here, let's change the backtesting resolution to 1 minute. And in this case, it's like we are going to use the 1 hour candles to compute the indicators, but we are going to use the 1 minute candles to do the backtesting, so it's more like precise, and we have more data points. So we finished already. Let's see. Oops. Seems like we lost money. It's like from 30th of October. Yeah. These are like the entries. And seems like we are losing money. Let me see if indicators are all okay. Max executors per side. We're using 2. Let's put like 3. We are doing it from what is today? Today is 13th of December. So let's do it up to 12. So we have 12. 12. Okay, now we have more time. Let's do it for 2 months. Okay, now we're doing the backtesting again for 2 months. And we're using 3 executors per side maximum. But yeah. So with this, we're going to end up with Raj strategy. But well, seems like we are losing money. If we can compare, let's compare a little bit the entry points to see if where this entry, when the strategy here enters, is the right place. So if we see like this like November 10, like this observation, let's say November 10 at 3, we have like the first signal. November 10 should be here. November 10. Wait, because these signals are using the fixed value. So in order to put with this PCT rank, so in order to use the right PCT rank, we need to change the signal condition here, and instead of using this, we need to do diff bigger than candles EF, PCT rank, and PCT rank. Okay, perfect. So now is the right thing. We're comparing the same thing. So here in November, what we have here is November 10 starts here, so we should look like from here. November 10, we have this short signal here at 2 a.m. and here we have at 2 a.m. too. We put 3 executors per side, so this should be like, we can put like 1 executor per side, for example. No, Raj, this is something important. It's like I'm using 1 minute candles to do the back testing, but I'm using the information of the 1 hour candle. So for the multiplier, don't worry about it, because in Hummingbot I can use multiple candle sources. In TradingView you are using just one time frame, and then you need to do these multipliers in order to get in different time frames. But here I can get the candles from different time frames and will work. But well, it seems like it's correct. Like the strategy is doing what it is. But one important thing is that I'm using totally random values here for stop loss, for take profit, for trailing stop. It's like these values does not make any sense to me, because I don't really know the strategy, I don't know the targets, and usually you would like to also do more like like a, a dynamic take profit, or some take profit that make more sense based on the signal. I think that if we remove this to lower down this to 3, we are going to get like a better also value. But let's see this. You can optimize it for 1 month. Yeah, be careful. This all for all the users. It's like, be careful with optimization, because the optimization can lead to overfitting at some point, and finding parameter is like, if you find parameters that are making like 200%, it will be probably that you are finding a right combination of parameters that in that specific month lead to 200%. That is when you have to be careful of thinking as a backtesting as a research tool. It's not a research tool. It will help you to identify and understand your strategy. It's like the backtesting and optimization will help you to understand, okay, if I have this value, do I increase the volume traded? Do I increase the Sharpe ratio? It's like more like a high level view of the picture. But well, that's why my recommendation is be careful with the overfitting with these type of strategies. But yeah, well, here it has a good in at this point. I reduce it to one signal at a time. Seems like it makes some trades different, but well, it's something to continue exploring. But well, this is the end of the live stream. I hope that I will see you like next week. If I'm not going to join next week, probably Mike will do it. We are going to continue with this. So we're doing more strategies. So join our Discord, start using Hummingbot, and think what you would like to see in the next editions. But we'll probably start working more with the with LP. So thank you very much, and have a great weekend. Bye bye.